That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? You know, the other day, I think yesterday, came this massive news that Marvel has told Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy that we want you to direct the next Avengers movie. Now, he hasn't made a decision about whether or not to do that, and we talked about the repercussions of that. But buried in that story was a really interesting, dare I say, kind of shocking piece of information that Deadline revealed, which is exactly the scope of the next Avengers movie. Now, listen, it's an Avengers movie. We all expect an Avengers movie, we've had 4 of them, to be the big events, right? Big things happening in Avengers movies.
Mm-hmm.
I was not prepared for this because in that Sean Levy story, Deadline wrote the following. They said this: even with no director set and the script only recently coming in for the next Avengers film, Marvel has been working hard in recent months to pull this together so shooting can begin next year on one of Marvel's largest productions to date. Here's where it gets interesting. Sources close to the project say more than 60. More than 60 MCU characters could reprise their role.
Here you go,
now,
Sean.
One of our here you go, Sean Levy. Happy birthday. Good luck.
60.
Here's 60 characters. Now, one of our viewers, Moto, I think in the live chat, said something like the lines, 45 of them are going to be Happy Hogan variants, which I love that. All right, hold on. Back up. 60? 60. All right. I mean, when you stop and think about it, that's not the craziest thing when you consider you could probably get like 5 or 6 or 7 just out of the Black Panther franchise. You can get 5, 6, 7, or 8 out of the Guardians franchise. You've got maybe Mrs. Chen can come in.
Yeah, there you go.
Miss Chen, 60? Now I feel like Allen Iverson. Practice?
This might correlate to our earlier story with Daniel Bruhl. I mean, he could be one of them, obviously. So
yeah, he probably saw that and said, well, I must be coming back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it says more than 60, so it could easily be
69,
oh boy,
going for the 69.
Yes, you really like that.
CHC have is saying Wong and Madison. Yep. They have to be
there's
there.
2 more there.
There's a couple more.
Yeah.
Vision
maybe
and White Vision.
Michael
There we go.
Peña's Luis comes
there you go.
back to narrate the
Maybe you
Secret
got
Wars.
maybe you got, Doctor Strange and Charlize's character and
Yep.
another couple.
Fantastic Four, obviously.
Now, somebody, I don't know if this is accurate or not. Somebody in live chat put Endgame had 38. So I don't know if that number's accurate or not. I don't know, but let's just say for a second. Okay, let's say it was 38.
I believe it. That end scene, yeah, I could.
Yeah, it was
believe
big.
that.
38. Okay, 38. You're talking roughly double that? Double that? What? So I have to, like, when we did the Sean Levy story, right? Part of me in my mind thought, Sean, how are you not jumping at this? But then we thought, one of the reasons Sean Levy may not be jumping to say yes to this offer is because fandom is awful. And no matter how many good movies he makes, if for whatever reason the next Avenger movie doesn't turn out well, everybody's going to say Sean Levy sucks and he should never direct anything again and blah, blah, blah. Because fandom is a bunch of hoardy little babies. I mean, that's what we are sometimes. I wish we were better, but oftentimes we're not. So I don't really blame him. But now that we're understanding, maybe they're saying to him, okay, so you know how in Avengers we had like 6 characters? Yeah, that's great. I love what Joss did with that. I'm looking forward to working on an ensemble. Yeah, okay, that's great. So we're thinking 60. I'm like, what? Now, clearly, what you would probably end up with is 6, 7, or 8 core characters. And then like in Endgame at the portal scene, a whole bunch of them just show up for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of dialogue to write for consistently.
A lot of dialogue.
Yeah, so, I mean, that would get
We want to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. My favorite spring cleaning takeaway is the post-clean clarity you get. Wow, how have I been living like this? It's kind of like when you find out that you've been paying a fortune for wireless when Mint Mobile has phone plans for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. My last mobile service provider was quite good, but ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've enjoyed even better coverage, better phone clarity, and I'm paying less than a third of what I paid to my old provider. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bills to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions may apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
I will say, just going off the point of like the man baby thing and complaining, maybe this is a safe time to do an Avengers film because heightened emotions have lowered. People have kind of like lost some faith in Avengers films and Marvel. So at this point, it'd be like, what did we expect? Or it was better than I expected, or it's amazing, because he's got a great track record. This isn't like this guy's blown everything he's ever touched. He's made gold out of this, the things he's directed.
Yeah, he's done really, really well.
So you can't say like, oh, he was awful, he sucked, unless you're just an idiot, which I'm sure that those people exist. But at this point, it's not like we're coming off of Endgame all of a sudden and we're like, what? I mean, we've had a kind of a plateau here in Avengers like hype.
Plateau is kind.
And that's being nice.
Yeah. Plateau is the diplomatic way of saying it. Mm-hmm. And you know, let's not pretend Sean Levy is Christopher Nolan, right? Like when we say he's got a really good track record, we mean it. He's got a very good track record. Yeah. He's not on the Mount Rushmore of directors. We're not saying that he is. But again, you look at the last couple of projects that he's done, I've really liked. Adam Project was way better than it had any business being. Mm-hmm. Free Guy, I think, is absolutely magnificent. The success he's had with Stranger Things, The Night at the Museum, while not movies made for me, you can't deny their success. Real Steel, I think, is one of the most underrated gems of a movie.
I was shocked by that movie.
That's come out in my career, at any rate. I think he's and obviously, whatever he's done with Deadpool and Wolverine, Disney must be thrilled with it if Kevin Feige is hitting him up now and saying, we want you to direct the next event. So that's all good. But 60 characters? And then that begs the question, how many characters are going to be in Secret Wars? 395 characters.
You got it.
You know what? If I think about it, you could get to 60 real quick. Really.
I mean, listen again.
I mean, we got characters that possibly have died before coming back.
Absolutely.
Mean, you could bring a lot of that, and a lot of it's going to probably be on the scene to scene basis, just because they want to show the scope of this next story. Like, you go from one base where you have Thunderbolt Ross and, you know, Don Cheadle and all that, and you go to another planet and then you show people talk. You could get to 60 real quick. It's just how they execute it, I think, is what I'm worried about. Sometimes when you get too much going on, it's real easy to confuse anyone. Like,
oh yeah.
So, you know, I'm surprised I'm surprised Endgame didn't have almost 60. No. When you think about it.
Mm-hmm. You ever see any of those YouTube meme videos where it's like, it starts off just looking like the portal scene in Endgame, right?
Yeah, those are great.
But then they keep going and like a new portal opens and Clint Eastwood from Dirty Harry walks out, and then another portal opens and Christopher Reeve Superman walks out. Then another portal opens and Dom and the Fast 11 crew. Like, eventually, like, is that Secret Wars?
Yes.
Is that freaking Garfield? There you go, Ray. One for you. Yeah, Garfield comes walking through with his lasagna.
Yeah, if you want to make money, you bring
Garfield in there. If you want to make it really good.
#1 movie, baby.
So, yeah, I mean, I just found that number like really kind of shocking. Again, I don't think they're going to try to do what Joss Whedon did in the first Avengers, where you take these core characters and you give them all equal time and make them each shine.
Right.
You're not going to do that with 60 characters. Clearly, this is going to be There's going to be a few core characters, whether that number is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. And then I think, to your point, Ray, I think a lot of these will then like swing in for Spider-Man or whatever, swing in for 2 or 3 scenes, a big battle at the end, something akin to an endgame. I don't know, but clearly you cannot have 60 characters
In one room.
like with constantly sharing dialogue and I mean, I just don't know how they would do it. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? According to Deadline and their sources are saying you're looking at 60 returning MCU characters. And by the way, does that pretty much guarantee that Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. are back? Or a Scarlett Johansson is back? Or an Elizabeth Olsen is back? Or I keep forgetting Kick-Ass's name, who's our new Craven. 3 names. Taylor Johnson?
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Does that mean his Quicksilver is back?
Well, Ralph Boner's
Does
back.
Rob Boner come back and make
he's
an
back.
appearance?
He's back.
I mean, I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.